Hello and welcome back everyone to Cities Skylines New Vooperis. We're draining this city one step at a time, and quite a large step right now. It's kind of like a massive leap of success for the project. We're now at 45,000 population, marking the highest since the incident, and major parts of the city are just evaporating away. We're helping out with our giant flood truck army, which we introduced last episode. Please check it out, that was kind of cool. You should definitely watch the entire series and comment about where you are during this video in the city. Are you in the dam district making a life for yourself? Going to college? Are you in the mountain district? Are you in Ore Hills rebuilding your lost business? A lot of you had very good comments below, and I've been reading all of them, and it brings a smile to my face. So make sure to tell me where you were when the disasters hit and what you're doing now. But a lot of you are noticing, and I'm noticing too, that the city is starting to have its shape back. It looks like New Vooperis again. Like, we are seeing a lot of the waterways and stuff that we dug out in the past come out. Even like these rivers and stuff that were built, we can see that they are actually taking shape again. And the Oak District is actually one of the more recent parts to come back, but Chestnut Square and Franklin Square are actually big successes in the District, although kind of wrecked. Like, the District took a lot of damage when we rescued the Cliffside District, but you know, everything has a price. Sometimes we have to pay a high price for survival. Ooh, wow, there's kind of a wave coming out here. It's a little bit dramatic. Let's go ahead and turn up the speed a bit. Okay, so I've been asking myself, how are we going to properly rebuild the city? And one of the things that I've decided upon is that I'm not going to leave the mistakes that the city had from the past. We're going to use this as an opportunity to make things right, because the city was horribly designed. So many things, especially when it comes to the highway system like this, just absolutely horrible, and I've gotten better since then. And we're just going to rip it all down. I mean, everything's underwater anyways, so it doesn't really make a difference if I disconnect the highway. It may sound kind of like crazy to do, but you know, it's much easier when nobody lives there yet to redirect the traffic. There's nobody to annoy. There's no traffic to like get in the way. There's no industry I'm going to completely mess up by doing this. I get kind of like a freebie for once. I've got a chance to clean up without any repercussions whatsoever. So I'm going to do just that. I am going to rip down a lot of terrible road systems and leave them to be rebuilt in the future. Things like this just shouldn't exist. They're ugly and they just don't work. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on this city, and I'm gonna make Biffa proud. This is gonna be a high throughput, high efficiency city when I'm done with it, and it's gonna be pretty. I'm gonna make it just as pretty as Vooperia and my newer cities. I am confident I can pull it off. But that means doing a lot of changes, and I'm ready to take on that task. One weird bridge design at a time. Now, I know it takes a little bit of the charm away from the city, and I know some of you may be a little bit annoyed that I'm making massive changes, but I think the majority of you will get my point. If we want to make this a million population city like it was planned to be, things like this, you probably can't see it, but this is like 18 railways splitting out into this hub. It just has no reason to exist. Like, there is literally no reason for this to be a thing. And we're just going to remove it, because that's easier than accepting the fact that I built that at some point in the first place. efficiency is what we're gonna go for, and that means accepting that a lot of things have to go. It's not like ripping down the city though, because it's already underwater. There's already a lot of damage, so I feel comfortable, you know, cleaning up through the ashes. Okay, so these pump trucks are doing a fantastic job. We are actually... The Ore Hills district is actually really, really close and actually accessible now. So we're going to go ahead and give them a lifeline. I don't see any reason that Ore Hills shouldn't have a lifeline available. So we're just going to put a junction here. Nice! Now people can go to Ore Hills. Is it the most clean and beautiful way to do it? Maybe not, but look! People are getting in line to go to Ore Hills, even though it's kind of completely flooded and there's... You can't really get there quite yet, but soon. That brings up another good point, which is that we have these highways from the triangles, and it would actually be very smart for me to take advantage of that when it comes to Ore Hills. Something that we didn't have in the past is this new super highway system, which is connecting the entire city together. And we can just go ahead and give Ore Hills a taste of the highway system. Wow. Isn't that creative? Actually, we should probably... You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to get a little bit creative here. I'm going to bring this... I want it to be pretty, like I said before. And I think the best way to do that is going to be going into the mountain. A little bit dramatic. But if we go into the mountain, and then we go out here... Oh, I had it. Look at that! What a beautiful way to get into the highway system. Literally go through this tunnel through the mountain of ore. I mean, it's Ore Hills. The miners are gonna love it. Probably gonna try to just mine the edges of this tunnel. That might be a slight issue. Like West Virginia, where people just mine the side of the highway. West Virginia. Okay, now for efficiency's sake, we're just gonna change this. Because we've got a cross here, and wherever there's a cross of high-speed traffic, we know the rule. It's called the roundabout rule. High-speed traffic going in more than 3 directions ought to be a roundabout. Okay. Let's go ahead and follow the rule of our Lord and Savior, Biffa. He didn't make the rule, but he does like roundabouts quite a bit. Yeah, there we go. And now, we can just get everything attached very nicely. Doo-doo. This is actually going to end up pretty well. Oh my god! Ugh. So you guys said you want even longer episodes, so I guess we're going to full up half-hour long episodes. I mean... If you want it, I will supply it. That doesn't apply to a lot of things, though. Like money. Can't just throw money at you. I apologize. My channel isn't doing quite as well as it used to be. I remember, I used to be the cool kid in class, because I'd buy everyone Rice Krispie treats at the cat. That's how I made friends. Bought them out with Rice Krispie treats with the YouTube money. That doesn't work in college, neither can I afford it anymore. YouTube's ruined me. My luxurious ways of life, such as Rice Krispies, are over. How will I live? How will I live without the greatness? It's okay, Vooperia and my projects are going to bring me back to greatness. It's gonna happen. Already, the plans are in place, including this series. Oh, look at that. What a nice roundabout. Honestly beautiful, but there's one more change we should make. Because I see a major issue with the fact that we are having people go like 60 miles an hour and then take a sharp right turn. That's just kind of inefficient, so instead we're gonna do this. Yeah, don't worry. Oh, that's still pretty. It's not. It's not as bad if we move this. Like this. I don't know. I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe that's kind of... You know what? It's better. It's not perfect, but heck, it's better. It also gives them a chance to kind of go around, even though that would be really dumb. Cities Skylines traffic is really dumb, so I wouldn't be surprised if it tried. That one was actually a little bit better. I don't know, maybe we've got some sort of a connection in between, like, the distance away and yeah, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, this one I think is just a little bit too close. I think we pull it back. Yeah, that gives us a gentler turn there. Okay, fantastic. That may look a little bit funky, and it is a little bit funky, but, you know, it's working, and it's kind of better, so yay! Yay. And look at that, now we can get people into Ore Hills! Ore Hills! And that's a more efficient way for many people than going through this avenue. This avenue is supposed to be like a, kind of like an alternate route. We don't want this to be too used because it's an avenue, not a highway. It doesn't have quite as much throughput. Areas like Sterling Park are building up, but how is there population in here? There's literally no connections. I don't understand. I'm honestly trying to keep the population going into areas that we can, you know, control. Oh my god, the Cloverleaf district is like completely recovered at this point. Wow. That is quite impressive. The flood truck army here is doing a really good job. They are really fighting the water. And their connection to the rest of the world is actually getting closer to being uncovered. Closer and closer. The water is moving very quickly now. The lower the water level gets, the faster it moves. And we can definitely see that the dam's water flow here mixed with things like this channel here. This channel here is supposed to be the balancer. It's supposed to balance the city out, but the issue is, I mean, it's just going over Sterling Park. But that's actually decreasing in craziness, so. The Corgi District, we've got a paw. New Yam, we actually have the first land that we can see. Good news all around. Lots of repairs, lots of changes, and lots of improvements. Like, even like this highway, this is all ridiculous. It was just to like get things. Even this is kind of terrible. I kind of want to redo it already. I don't know, it just looks bad. You know what, we have four lanes of traffic, and it's a highway, so, you know, we're not even going to do the roundabout method because it's a highway. Interchange is way better suited for this, even if it takes a little bit more planning. Like I said before, I should do things right rather than doing them fast, because if I do them fast, it's gonna look terrible. If it looks terrible, nobody will want to move into the city, you know? You know, that's exactly how it works, and that is the important thing, getting people to move in, and they totally care about how it looks, 100%. Let's get my favorite interchange and plop it right here. Oh yeah, right here. Fantastic. And let's figure out how this is gonna work. Okay, so these are gonna be switched to the like 2 different road highways soon. Not yet. There just isn't that much throughput, but at some point it will be. For now, we're just going to pretend that it is and ignore the fact that I'm going to have to change that in the future. You know, it's a lot easier to place the single road, because that parallel road tool actually occasionally crashes the game, and that's annoying. Okay. Fantastic. The same thing here. Up like this. Down like this. And we've got the final one, which we're actually going to straighten out a bit to make it even more efficient. Cut a little bit of distance off of it. There you go. Through here. Up through here. Oh my god. Why? Sorry, guys. Okay. There we go. I don't know why I'm apologizing. It's more of the game's fault, but I apologize. You have to watch it. It's pretty cringy for me, so it must be cringy. Oh, look at that. Nice. Okay, so you know what? That was a smart change. This actually looks fantastic. It's going to be able to handle a lot more traffic, and it's just generally going to do well for us. Now, this is a 3-way intersection here, so let's go ahead and also do some work. And actually, since these are going to connect, might as well keep this double lane. See, we're slowly growing and upgrading it one step at a time. Where's the one that Cities Skylines gives us? There it is. I really do enjoy building new city like this. It's a chance to step back and make things right. How the city should have been initially. And it is a lot of tearing down, and it is a lot of road work, and I know road work isn't always the most exciting, but it is one of the most important parts of the city, so you gotta kind of live through it, and I don't think it's that bad. You guys can let me know if you want more road work and stuff, but I think the thing that we all want to see is that 1 million population. I think that would be a really, really good way to say, hey, we brought this city back, and we hit the initial goal that the series had before. Because our goal was 1 million. We didn't quite get there because of the flooding and stuff, but it is certainly possible to do it now. We just have to design the city better, and we have a fantastic opportunity to redesign the city. What are the chances? So now we're going to use the parallel road tool. We're going to pray that nothing breaks. These aren't quite far enough away. We'll do 25. 27. Good enough. That is not... That is... What? 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 Whatever. I'll just switch the type of road after. As I said, sometimes the parallel road tool cannot make much sense. There we go. I'll just put that away. Upgrade this. And switch this direction. You're fantastic. And back the other way. Look at that. We have actually made a very nice connection here. Which brings us to having 2 interchanges, but they both function wonderfully. Very nice. Again, this is the way to push growth through the city. Lots of connections between the most important parts of industry, the airport. We have to get a lot of throughput. Once our throughput starts getting throttled, we're going to see our population start to struggle, because we're not going to be able to get people places. Getting people places is important. Very important. And things like this are starting to cause issues. But we'll look at that in the future. Because right now, it's at least not terrible. Traffic flow is at 78%, 79%, 78%. Come on, no 80%? Ain't good enough. Again, as long as it's not dropping as we expand, we're keeping a very close eye. Because, you know, once things start falling, it's very challenging to get them back on track again. Okay, so the Garland District, actually, Concord Heights is so close now. And I said last episode, we're at the breaking point. We are at the point where the evaporation is accelerating because there's so much land. The water is getting so thin. We're going to see many parts of the city just appear at once. And it's a little bit scary because there's just so much we have to focus on and repair at the same time. But could be worse. The city could still be dead. Soon we're going to be able to make a proper roadway and we'll be able to rip down this really awkward, this really, really odd and awkward temporary highway. Getting there. Okay, looking good. I'm very happy with how this came out and this came out. Ore Hills is actually getting business. Getting back in business. That's really good news, because ore is one of the materials we were lacking, and we had to ship in, which is expensive, and we don't make nearly as much money as when we make it ourselves. So being an exporter rather than an importer is going to help us big time. Now, at the same time, I have a question, and it's, can we fit my favorite interchange in here? And that is going to be a no-ish. No-ish. Yes, with a little bit of work. We are going to rip off a part of Dale Park. Because you know what? As I said before, this is about fixing my mistakes last time and making a city that can scale this time. If that means pulling down a little bit of the city and making changes, that's fine. Dale Park, this part of Dale Park at least, was an extension in the first place. You can tell because this avenue is here, so this is where it started. And then I just threw a bunch of smaller, thinner roads on the side to try to fit more people in. Which is fine and respectable. I was trying to hit 1 million population, but it just doesn't quite work with fitting the traffic infrastructure in. So we're also going to have to get rid of this stupid blimp stop. There we go. I never really liked the blimps. It wouldn't really ever be a realistic way to transport people. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to grab this and put it right here. Damn, that is a tight fit, especially with this corner here, but it actually works out in the end. Now you're gonna say, Spike, this is an avenue, not a highway. That's a good point. But we're going to just have it convert. At least for now. I'll come up maybe with a better solution in the future, but I don't really see a major problem with just doing something like this. Not yet, at least. There will likely be a major problem in the future. Actually, let's... So this is an issue because we certainly do. We have the highway going through here and through the mountain, and that's a very important lifeline. And then we have a highway coming through here and connecting there. This connection between the Dam District and Ore Hills is important. But if we don't zone anything on it... Let's make a difference. Let's make this specifically a connection between Ore Hills and the Dam District. Right? let's make that a little bit more injecting into the center of Ore Hills, which connects to their highway, so this is kind of a straight run through. We'll even upgrade this all to an avenue to make it easier to get to, like, the more important structure. And then what we'll do is we're gonna have to come up with a creative way to jump this onto there. I think I've got just the idea. Hello, friend. 3-lane highway with sound barrier. Great. That is actually what I want. And let's go ahead and do this. Cap it off at the end. So this will give people a chance to turn around, which is always useful because a lot of people in the Cities Skylines traffic decide to turn around randomly, so giving them a spot to do it isn't terrible. And then we're also going to use it to get people onto here and off of here. Actually, probably like that is smarter. Great. And then we can have something connecting off of this side as well, I guess. I don't know. Just kind of a temporary connection. This highway may very well replace this connection entirely in the future. I think that's the plan. We'll run this up and across here. And then down here. Like, highways are better for this than these avenues, but again, I don't want to do too much damage in one shot. I want to kind of slowly convert things over, but this at least gives us a very good chance to clean up this mistake as well. Like, look at this, these highways start super close together and they spread out in this really ugly, ununiform way. Let's instead get the highway tool. Get our friend here, and just boop. Look at that. Like, I know it's not perfect, but comparatively, this is so much better. When that connects, it's going to look how clean that is compared to what used to be there. I don't even care what your opinion is, because if you disagree, you're wrong. There's no other correct opinion here. There is only perfection. Why didn't that tool go away? Aw, see it did the thing where it broke. Ugh. What's going on here? Oh, this one's going in the wrong direction as well. Oh, parallel road tool, why do you always break? You have one job and it's to draw parallel roads. It's your only job. Okay, fantastic. Very nice, and then we're going to figure this. Oh, this is going to be hard to redo, especially considering we have the park and stuff in here. I think it's just going to be kind of gutted completely. Slow and steady wins the race. Gotta fix things. Gotta fix everything. Okay, well, I'd like to say, first off, we have gotten rid of a ridiculous amount of water. We're getting land back over here. The Cloverleaf District is looking really good. They're putting up a good fight. We're pumping out a lot of water. The Corgi District's starting to appear. Thornton District starting to appear. Cliffside's doing well. We've hit 48,000 population, and our infrastructure is popping up, and we are actually looking really golden for recovery. Things are just going very swell right now, especially when it comes to the infrastructure. Like these roads and stuff, we're getting them down perfect. perfect, perfect, perfect. So thank you all for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. This should be pretty much exactly 30 minutes like you guys asked, and I will see you all next time. Peace!